I'm Shelley Turner with the Builderall team. I'm back in my Zapier account, and remember I left it right where I was at, which is on the webhook URL page. So I've copied that and put that into the website, and now I'm going to click OK, I did this. And it's looking for the hook. So remember, we've added the webhook to the website and we've made a test purchase. We have to do both of those things in that order in order for this test to be successful and get this message that the test was successful. We know that it sees the webhook. We know that it sees data. So now we can click continue. And now it says, now that you've got the webhook set up, what do you want to do with the data? And with the data, I want to actually add it to a Google spreadsheet. So I'm going to go ahead and go down to the bottom where it says Google Sheets and click that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new row in a specific spreadsheet with information from the webhook. There's a couple of other things I could do. I could update a row or I could look up a row. I want to create a new row. Every time somebody purchases this product, I want a new row created in my Google spreadsheet. So I'm going to click that and I'm going to click Save and Continue. And now I need to connect to the Google spreadsheets so that it can actually figure out what spreadsheet I want to add it to and exactly what I want to do. So I just need to click Connect, and I need to choose the account that I want to connect to. So I will connect to this account, and this is the account that we already made the spreadsheet on. So you need to make sure you remember which account you use so you can connect to the correct account. It's going to ask if you want Zapier to access your Google account. I'm going to click Allow, and now it's connected to this account. So the next thing I do is Save and Continue. I could actually do a test if I wasn't sure, so I can click Test, and it's connected successfully, so I can click Save and Continue. It already knows now what account to set up, but now it wants to know what spreadsheet do you want to use. And remember the spreadsheet that we already set up, so I need to click inside this box, and it shows me all of the spreadsheets that I currently have, which, remember I set the spreadsheet up with you guys as webhook training. So I'm going to click on that, and that's telling Zapier, put it into the webhook training spreadsheet. That's the one I want you to use. And now it wants to know what worksheet to use. Well, there's only one worksheet, which is actually a page inside the spreadsheet. So if I click on the down arrow, it says sheet 1. That's exactly the one I want to use. There's only one sheet or one page in that workbook. So I'm going to click sheet 1. And now it gives me all of the fields that I put in. If you remember, we put in date of purchase, customer name, customer email, product, and price. What we need to do is map these fields to the exact fields in our webhook data. So it knows to put the date of purchase from the webhook data into the date of purchase of the spreadsheet data. We need to make sure it's putting the right information in the right column. So to do that, all I have to do is click on this little button right here, Insert a Field. When I do that, it takes the data that it's collected when I tested my webhook, and it shows me all of the data that I can use. Now remember, I told you that you can put more columns in your spreadsheet if you want to. You can put any column that's on this list. Remember, we only chose like 5 columns. You could choose all of these columns if you wanted to. It's a lot of data, but you could do it. But all I want for this one is date of purchase. So let's see if I can find that field. So here's the payment transaction time. I'm going to click that as the field we want. So that's the data that's going to show up in the Google spreadsheet. And then customer name, I'm going to go to plus and find the customer name, which is right here, the customer name. So I'm going to click on that. Customer email, I'm going to click the plus button, and we'll see if we can find the email. There it is right there. And then the product, so I'm going to click the plus sign. We'll see if we can find the product. There's the product title right there, so I'm going to click that. And then price, I'm going to click the plus sign, and we'll see if we can find the price on there. And there's the payment amount right there. I'm going to click that. So now I've mapped all my fields so the correct data from the webhook is being connected to the correct column in my Google spreadsheet. Once I've done that, I just click Continue. And now it gives me an example of some sample data, And it says, if you use the data that we collected from this one purchase, this is the information that would go in there. So the date of purchase right there, the customer name, the customer email, the product, and the price. And you see that everything's lining up exactly correct. So I'm going to go ahead and click Send Test to Google Sheet. What that's going to do is it's going to send this exact information into my Google Spreadsheet so I can make sure it's actually going in there correctly. So I'm going to click Send Test. And it says that it was sent to the Google Spreadsheet. So now let's flip over to the Google Spreadsheet and make sure that it got in there correctly. And now I'm in my Google Spreadsheet, and as you can see, it did dump data in there. And it's got the date of purchase, it's got the email, let me spread this a little wider so you can see it. It's got the product name, and it's got the price. So now anytime anyone makes a purchase on this website, you're going to see the information get dumped into the spreadsheet as well. And I could have it set up so that maybe a virtual assistant is sending out thank you emails or coupons or something like that to this email address if I want to. Or I could set it up so that a VA does something with this information other than what can be done with an autoresponder. So there's several things that I could do with this information, but it's just a way to collect the information into a spreadsheet so that you can choose to do something with it, either from this spreadsheet or set up another Zap so you can send this information to another a product or another platform to do something else with it. So I'm inside Zapier one more time, and all we need to do now is click Finish. So I'm going to click the Finish button, and I'm going to name my Zap, and I can choose to put it in a specific folder. I'm just going to let it go into the default folder, and then it says that my Zap is off, so I'm going to click it to turn it on. And now everything's done. I can click See It on Your Dashboard, so I'm going to click that. And now you can see that I've got the webhook tutorial right on my dashboard, and it's turned on and running, so it's now working. So the next step is to actually go back into my website and do one more test purchase to make sure that the webhook is capturing the data and putting it into my Google spreadsheet. So I'll see you on the next video.